I'm Liv, your chronically online host, and last week I did something equal parts brilliant and catastrophically obvious. I emptied my drafts folder and vowed to either send or delete every unsent message I'd been hoarding. No edits, no rewrites, no cowardly archiving.
I know what you're thinking. Who does that? The answer is someone who wants to be less messy and ends up creating a 10-episode sitcom in 7 days.
Here's the setup. I've been saving drafts like emotional souvenirs, revenge-typed rants, flirt attempts I'd been rehearsing, apologies I never finished. Each one felt like a little grenade I might lob later when I'm smarter, louder, or thirstier for attention. So day one, I decide it's detox time. I go full Marie Kondo on my messaging apps and press send on something I had meant only for my private pity party. A draft to my boss that began, if they expect us to stay late on a Friday for a training about slides no one will use, I will personally hand deliver my resignation. With glitter. I was going to paste it into notes like a normal human and then refine it into an actual email when my thumb betrayed me and I hit send to the whole department. The message went out from my phone like a little paper plane of terror.
There was a beat of silence, which in corporate terms is worse than immediate outrage. Then someone replied, "Love the commitment. When's glitter delivery?" Followed by a string of clapping hands and a tiny party emoji. I panicked and sent a follow-up that was supposed to be damage control and instead read, "Kidding, mostly," which is how you accidentally invent ambiguity as a brand.
A coworker DM'd me a gif of a person in a glitter storm and said, "We're holding you to it." Then someone else created a fake Slack reminder for glitter resignation planning, which popped up in my mentions for 3 days. I spent the afternoon wearing an oversized hoodie with a suspicious coffee stain and avoiding eye contact in the break room, like I'd started a cult.
That small office chaos felt silly until my dating life joined the circus. I had a draft I wrote after a coffee date where the highlight question was, dogs or plants? And yes, we were doing personality quizzes instead of vulnerability.
My draft flirt was, I like the kind of plant that never judges you and also barks at 3 a.m. Cute, right? I hit send and realized 2 things simultaneously. Wrong chat, and my chat's title is Emergency Laughs.
My friends flooded that thread with dog memes, plant gifs, and an edited Venn diagram titled Liv's Dating Ecosystem. The guy, who I meant to actually flirt with, replied there with 3 heart emojis and, I quote, "I mean, I can be both," which made the group chat collectively assign him the role of man plant. It was equal parts democratizing and invasive. Suddenly, every tiny thing between me and this human had a fandom. My phone kept buzzing. My friends started demanding a dog photo as proof of sincerity. I sent a photo of my neighbor's small terrier and captioned it, "Evidence of barks." Midweek, I thought I'd be brave and send a draft meant to heal a friendship. It said, "I miss you. Also, can we be honest about the thing that happened at that party? I still have questions and a partly formed apology." I hit send before I could fully form the apology, which is a rookie mistake in the ethics of compassion. Her reply was 3 paragraphs long. Paraphrased, because I love her and not for drama, she wrote that she'd felt brushed off that night, enumerated specifics I hadn't realized mattered to her, and said she needed time to process. There was an honest hurt in there that I could no longer avoid. I sat on my couch in my pajamas, legitimately a hoodie that still had a thumbhole, and felt my chest tighten. I'd been saving that draft like a weapon. The draft was performative power. The reply was real feeling. The contrast stung. So I did something that felt weirdly adult. I stopped writing the perfect apology and I wrote specifics. Not grandiose lines, just, "I messed up here. I hear you. I'm sorry. Can I make this right?"
Then I listened.
That conversation didn't explode. It shifted. It was awkward, but it was honest. And it reminded me that saving drafts is a way of delaying consequences, which sounds selfish now that I say it out loud.
A micro disaster that still haunts me. I nearly sent a sarcastic rant about a roommate to our buildings group thread instead of a private chat. I had the draft queued and my finger hovered and I pictured a cascade of angry emojis and passive-aggressive notes taped to refrigerators. I deleted it and called the roommate instead. It was terrifying and also, honestly, way more productive.
Okay, hot take. Drafts exist for very good reasons. There's safety nets and rehearsal stages, but hoarding them turns vulnerability into a collectible. That collection looks good on a shelf until the shelf collapses and everyone finds your messy ceramics at once.
Instead of a list of rules, let me show you 3 tiny scenes that became my rules. Scene 1. The hurtful draft. I deleted it. I felt petty for 5 minutes, then light and oddly proud. Deleting vindictive things is like flushing a weapon. You don't get the dopamine of imagined revenge, but you keep your dignity. Scene 2. The impulse that forced clarity. I messaged someone. I don't want to guess your vibe. Are we on the same page? It was clumsy, direct, and got us both to stop acting out a rom-com. We either talk or we don't. That awkward sentence saved hours of overthinking.
Scene 3. The near-miss recipient check. I almost sent, "We need to break up," to my family group chat because my thumbs are dramatic. I caught it, deleted, and texted the person privately. That split-second check saved a Thanksgiving parade of weirdness.
So my rules boiled down: delete cruel drafts, speak awkward truths when they matter, and always check the recipient like your dignity depends on it, which it sometimes does. Also, I learned that performative apologies are obvious. If it reads like a script, people can feel it. But if you say a small, honest thing and mean it, it lands differently. Short, concrete, and real beats the dramatic essay every time.
Before I go, quick recap without the outline voice. I cleared the drafts, I sent some chaos into the world, I apologized where it mattered, and I discovered that people are messier than their curated profiles, which is actually kind of a relief.
If this made you laugh or feel slightly better about your own hoarded drafts, then my job here is officially done. Do me a favor. Leave a review. Tell me your best draft disaster, or text the worst thing you've ever almost sent to someone who won't judge you. I'll read the best ones next week, anonymously, unless you want clout. Next week, the time I mistakenly emailed my landlord about a raccoon and used my work account. Spoiler, there was an eviction notice that had nothing to do with me and everything to do with a very assertive raccoon. You're not going to want to miss that train wreck. This escalated quickly. I'm Liv, and I will see you next episode. Stay chaotic.